Hello and welcome to episode number 262 of WITM. Dalton Roush is indeed in action, and it's a big match for him as he's going to get another opportunity against the reigning WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. Now, Dalton does have a non-title victory over Roman he got about a month ago. However, since then, Dalton has been on somewhat of a downward spiral. The following week, Roman would get revenge and pick up a victory over Dalton that would send Dalton plummeting down the rankings. And then Dalton, in a triple threat against John Cena and Dolph Ziggler, would pick up a no decision in that match. But with Hell in a Cell and Roman Reigns' WWE title defense a week and a half away, Dalton has a huge opportunity to get himself right back into the number one contendership conversation if he can pick up a victory once again over the WWE Champion Roman Reigns and climb at least 2 spots in the rankings. It's Dalton Roush taking on WWE Champion Roman Reigns, a non-title, hardcore, Falls Count Anywhere action in the main event of SmackDown Live. Let's get underway.
Don't change the channel. We have singles action coming up.
No one's going to change any channel.
We have Roman Reigns against an imposing adversary.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see these two go at it. these superstars look geared up, ready to go. A win here would do wonders for this guy's career.
And here we go. The bell. This match is underway. These two men have developed a bit of a rivalry over the past month or so, with Dalton taking the first meeting, Roman taking the second meeting. Dalton would love nothing more than to see this rivalry culminate with him walking out of Hell in a Cell, the WWE Champion. But to even be able to keep that in mind for Hell in a Cell, Dalton must win this match here against the champion Reigns. And we're wasting no time taking advantage of the hardcore stipulation. We're outside the ring. Dalton Irish trips Roman into the announce table. Uppercut and kick, leaving Roman up against the table 3 times in a row. The head of Roman Reigns crashes into the table. Suplex by Reigns. Another suplex. Triple suplexes by Roman Reigns. I'm surprised Roman didn't try to suplex Dalton through that announce table. Another kick by Dalton. Dalton has that baseball bat again. And cracks over the back of Reigns. Now over the knee. Dalton looking to use weapon and environmental damage as a difference maker in this matchup. So far, so good. Attacking the leg of Roman. Now stomp to the elbow. Has this.
Over the years, I've seen more careers come to an abrupt end outside of the ring than I can remember. This area is so dangerous.
And a wheelbarrow slam by Dalton. Roman misses with a kick. Dalton looking for a suplex, but reversed by Reigns. Kick to the back. Stomp to the back.
Yeah, you're just trying to embarrass somebody now.
Elbow drop. Elbow drop to the back.
It certainly is now.
And it's going to be hurting for a while.
There's another elbow drop.
Wow, what
Stomp to the back.
Roman Reigns has dominated as of late, and from the way it looks, this might be non-stop.
Reversal by Dalton.
Look at that reversal.
Reversal by Reigns. He's looking for a Superman punch, evaded by Dalton. Arm drag.
Now, why did he do that?
Kick to the leg. Dalton getting fired up.
If you ask me, totally disrespectful.
Well, when he sees the belt, he likes to hit below it.
Dalton attacking the leg of Reigns.
Second time. How will these guys do with absorbing the punishment? My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the
Now working the arm of Reigns, trying to neutralize some of that power.
As a precaution, damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe.
Wow!
Reversal by Reigns.
Roman Reigns got out of that one.
Back body drop by Reigns.
Can only be described as severe.
No kidding, this is getting ugly.
Out here, King, you can use this whole ringside area as a weapon.
Oh yeah, everything from the floor to the barricades can
Reversal by Dalton.
be used to inflict pain.
Punch by Dalton.
And it's Roman
And a
Reigns
power
in tough
slam.
spot. It just doesn't seem to be his night
Dalton's
tonight,
getting
guys.
fired up now.
Hard to argue, but I'm willing to bet things
Stomp
will
to the
turn around
back.
for him if he can just focus on
Clawing
staying
away at the
inside
shoulder of
the ring.
Reigns.
True, and I find it curious that he's spending so much time outside the ring here.
And Dalton curb stomping away to just of Roman Reigns. Kind of wish I would get an area where I can see them a little better.
I don't know how much longer he's
Dalton
gonna be
has
able
the
to
baseball
go.
bat and cracks it over the shoulder of Reigns. Dalton gets up to his feet and the head of Dalton goes into the announce table. Forces Dalton up, reversal by Dalton. Dalton getting fired up. Stomp to the chest.
This may be turning into a brawl, King.
Kick to the back. Forces Reigns to his feet. Looking for the AA. And that's going to connect.
Different tools at your disposal.
Yeah, they are literally
Stomp to the elbow.
You have to possess a different type of
Punches the
focus
ankle
to
of
punish a
Reigns
mob like
into
this.
the mat outside. Stomp to the leg. Forces Reigns up. Our trip into almost into the barricade, but Reigns stops just short of it. Reversal by Dalton. Reversal by Reigns. Reversal by Dalton.
This guy is clearly more comfortable outside the ring than he is in it.
That's impact.
Power slam by Dalton.
These guys do with absorbing the punishment they're about to receive out here.
Stomp to the elbow.
Oh, once you get out of the ring, anything can happen. You've got exposed steel, concrete, the barricades, and all of it can be used to cause massive damage.
Reversal by Dalton.
What a move. Definitely sets a tone for the evening.
I like it.
Plunges the knee into the arm of Reigns. Dalton's low on stamina. Can he capitalize?
Getting back to his base here.
And plunges the ankle of Reigns into the mat.
The finality of this environment is so apparent.
Forces Reigns up by reversal by
But
Reigns.
this area is so dangerous.
Forces Dalton to a knee. Reversal by Dalton. Reversal by Reigns. Back body drop.
My God, his body's been through
And Reigns is getting fired up.
before the brunt of the attack.
And I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs
Elbow
like that
drop
can
to the
make it hard
leg.
to breathe.
That stop
Stomp to the
only lasted a
chest.
second, but it's going to be felt tomorrow.
That may be felt for a lifetime.
It looks like we're going to see what kind of pain they can inflict out here on the floor.
Forces Dalton to a seated position. Headbutt by Reigns rather.
I don't think he was
Another
prepared
headbutt
for
by
this type
Reigns
of
and a
attack
stomp
here
to the
tonight.
head.
This is not where he wants to be at this point in this match.
Well, he's not looking as good as he was earlier, but that doesn't mean
Slam
he's
by
done.
Reigns.
That's a good point.
Stomp
He's
to the
already
head.
gone to his finisher twice with limited success. Does he go back to the well again?
Knee to the head. Forces Dalton up. Has Dalton up on his shoulders.
Looks like he's
Back
picked
body
up the
drop.
back. What type of
Reigns is low on
competitor is favored when you
stamina. Can
step
he
outside the ropes,
capitalize?
King?
Well, in my opinion, the more vicious, the more destructive person that's willing to do absolutely anything to hurt his opponent,
Elbow
regardless of
drop
the
to the back.
consequences, he has the advantage.
Stomp to the back. Reversal by Dalton.
This one's getting ugly. You might want to turn away if you have a weak heart.
Forces Dalton to a knee.
Reversal. Can he follow?
Reversal by Roman.
Look at this. Roman
And
Reigns
plunges
doing
Dalton
some
into
good
the
work
knee.
here.
How will these guys
Stomp
do
to the
with absorbing
chest.
the punishment they're about to receive out here?
Reversal by Dalton.
Moved perfectly.
Stomp to the chest. Dalton's looking for the baby rock bottom.
Look out.
And that connects. Does Dalton have a non-title victory over Reigns to keep his #1 contendership hopes alive? He does. Dalton
And that was win.
is going to defeat Roman Reigns, keeping him in the title picture.
Here's your winner, LTN Rock.
What an incredible match. That one could have gone either way. Nobody SmackDown such a success. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, so huge victory for Dalton. He turns things around and picks up a must-win victory over the WWE Champion Reigns for the second time. And we'll find out momentarily just where that puts Dalton in the rankings. We'll definitely at least put him at number 3, which would put him in a position of needing a win and some help for a title match. But last time Dalton defeated Roman, it shot him up right to the number 1 contendership. So we'll see what happens here. As I mentioned back all the way to the main menu again. Alright. Starting with the SmackDown women. At first we need to see who won the who took the fall in the multi-person matches. Becky Lynch took the fall in the women's fatal 4-way. No decision for Alexa Bliss and Tamina. And that was the only multi-person match. Now starting with the SmackDown women. Sasha Banks defeated Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Tamina, with Becky Lynch taking the fall. Sasha moves up to the number 1 contendership. Becky Lynch remains at the bottom, number 7. Alexa remains at number 6 with a no decision. Tamina remains at number 3 with a no decision. Charlotte defeated Billie Kay in non-title action. Billie Kay falls to number 3. And the top 5 contenders to SmackDown Women's Championship held by Charlotte are number 1, Sasha Banks. Number 2, Tamina. Number 3, Billie Kay. Number 4, Mickie James. And number 5, Natalya. And now SmackDown Tag Team rankings. The Hardy Boys defeated the Ascension in non-title action. The Ascension falls to number 6. Hardy Boys are, of course, champions. Gable and Benjamin defeated Ambrose and Rollins. Gable and Benjamin become number 1 contenders. Ambrose and Rollins fall to number 4. And the top 5 contenders to SmackDown Tag Team Championships held by the Hardy Boys are number 1, Gable and Benjamin. Number 2, the Colognes. Number 3, the Club. Number 4, Ambrose and Rollins. And number 5, Titus Worldwide. And now the United States Championship rankings. AJ Styles defeated Dolph Ziggler. Styles finally moves out from the bottom to number 11. Ziggler falls outside the top 5 to number 6. Sin Cara with a huge upset over John Cena. Sin Cara moves up to number 9. Cena falls from the number 1 contendership to number 2. And Dalton Roush defeated Roman Reigns. Dalton moves up to number 3. Reigns falls to number 11. The top 5 contenders to the United States Championship held by Dean Ambrose are number 1, Apollo Crews. Number 2, John Cena. Number 3, Dalton Roush. Number 4, Samoa Joe. And number 5, Mike Kanellis. And now the WWE Championship rankings. AJ Styles defeated Dolph Ziggler. They swap spots. Styles to number 6, Ziggler to number 7. Sin Cara defeated John Cena. Cena falls to number 4. Dalton Roush defeated Roman Reigns to once again become the number 1 contender to the WWE Championship. So Dalton in a very good position. He needs to just win next week. If he is on SmackDown Live, he just needs to win next week, and he will take on Roman Reigns inside of the Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. So Dalton goes from appearing to be on the outside looking in to the number 1 contender with just one more SmackDown Live remaining before Hell in a Cell. And the rest of the top 5 contenders I should probably read. No, not to the women's title. Number 1, Dalton Roush. Number 2, Dean Ambrose. Number 3, Jinder Mahal. Number 4, John Cena. And number 5, Seth Rollins. Alright, so now we move on to NXT. Will we see the current number 1 contender to the NXT title? And that also means currently, as things stand right now, every WITM member is either a champion or a number 1 contender to a championship. Gerald, the Intercontinental Champion, over on Raw. Andrew, the Cruiserweight Champion, on 205 Live. Dalton, the number 1 contender to the WWE Championship, on SmackDown Live. Corey, the number 1 contender to the NXT Championship, on NXT. So, the WITM 4 are doing very, very good as of late. Will Corey be in action, trying to maintain that number 1 contendership? No, he will not. He's getting a week off. So, probably not good as it pertains to his number 1 contendership. We'll see just what transpires here. Oni Lorcan defeats Tommaso Ciampa. Naomi defeats Peyton Royce. Tyler Bate defeats Hideo Itami. Sanity defeats Breezango. Street Profits defeats Heavy Machinery. And wow, I can't type for crud tonight. Ember Moon wins a triple threat match with Ruby Riott taking the fall. No decision for Nikki Cross. And Eric Young with a non-title victory over NXT champion Cassius Ohno. Alright, so how badly will Corey getting a week off affect him in the rankings? He'll likely lose that number 1 contendership under no real fault of his own. First, start with the NXT Women's Championship rankings. Naomi defeats Peyton Royce to become the number 1 contender to the NXT Women's title. Royce falls to number 7. Ember Moon defeats Ruby Riott with no decision for Nikki Cross. Ember Moon is champion. Ruby Riott falls to number 4. Nikki Cross remains at number 2 with a no decision. And the top 5 contenders to the NXT Women's Championship held by Ember Moon are number 1, Naomi. Number 2, Nikki Cross. Number 3, Alicia Fox. Number 4, Ruby Riott. And number 5, Sonya Deville. And now the NXT Tag Team Championship rankings. Sanity defeated Breezango in non-title action. Sanity are the champions, and Breezango remains at the bottom, number 6. Street Profits defeated Heavy Machinery. Street Profits move up to number 2. Heavy Machinery remains at number 5 because Breezango lost as well. And the top 5 contenders to NXT Tag Team Championships held by Sanity are number 1, Red Dragon. Number 2, Street Profits. Number 3, TM61. Number 4, the Singh Brothers. And number 5, Heavy Machinery. And now the NXT Championship rankings. How much will having a week off affect Corey, if at all? Oni Lorcan defeated Tommaso Ciampa. Lorcan moves up to number 2. Ciampa falls to number 8. Tyler Bate defeated Hideo Itami. But Young won as well, so Young moves up to number 5. Bate moves up to number 6. And Itami falls to the bottom, number 18. Eric Young defeated Cassius Ohno, and that's a non-title victory. So Young moves up to number 3. Ohno is champion. Corey will remain number 1 contender, so he gets a week of rest and doesn't lose any ground, so good news for Corey. And the top 5 contenders to the NXT Championship held by Cassius Ohno are number 1, Corey, number 2, Oney Lorcan, number 3, Eric Young, number 4, Ty Dillinger, and number 5, Drew McIntyre. And now we move on to main event. We'll see if Andrew is in our featured Cruiserweight match for main event. And we will replace this match with the Cruiserweight match. And fire up our handy dandy randomizer and figure out what our main event match will be for this edition of 205 Live, or rather main event. So first, let's determine the stipulation. Will it be a singles match? Will it be a tag team match? Will it be a triple threat match? Will it be a fatal 4-way? Or will it be a 6-man match? It will be a 6-man match. Now, will it be a 6-man tag team match? Or will it be a 6-man battle royal, as the rest of the stipulations don't really fit? I don't think we're going to have a ladder or a Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber match on main event. It will be a 6-man tag team match, 3-on-3 tag team match. Alright. And who are the participants? Alright, so we need 3 faces to take on 3 heels, so give me a moment to separate the faces from the heels. Alright, the first man on the face side is Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Gentleman Jack.
The second man on the face side is Mustafa Ali.
Marcus Ali.
And the final man on the face side is Cedric Alexander.
Rick Alexander.
Alright, now which 3 heels will they be facing? First, the self-proclaimed king of the Cruiserweights, Neville.
Neville.
And apparently Neville is going to team with Neville. Second, the man who attacked Andrew after the previous 205 Live when Andrew defeated Brian Kendrick to be named the number 1 contender, which would eventually lead to a Cruiserweight title victory for Andrew, Rich Swann, formerly a fan favorite. And the last man for the heel side Wow, it really wants Neville to team with himself. TJP.
TJP.
Alright, and that's going to take a minute to load up. And then we'll advance to 205 Live and see if Andrew will be in action. Alright, and we will get your results for main event. The face side won the 6-man tag. With Jack Gallagher pinning Neville to pick up the victory. Liv Morgan defeated Mandy Rose. And the Authors of Pain defeated the Hype Bros. And we'll see how those rankings affect Raw and the Cruiserweight division. Starting with the Raw women. Liv Morgan defeated Mandy Rose to become the #1 contender. Mandy Rose falls to number 8. And the top 5 contenders to Raw Women's Championship held by Asuka are number 1 Liv Morgan, number 2 Ember Moon, number 3 Bayley, number 4 Nikki Bella, and number 5 Dana Brooke. Now the Raw Tag Division. The Authors of Pain defeated the Hype Bros. Authors of Pain remain #1 contenders. Hype Bros fall to the bottom, number 6. The top 5 contenders to Raw Tag Team titles held by Sheamus and Cesaro are number 1 Authors of Pain, number 2 Miz Taraj, number 3 The Revival, number 4 New Day, and number 5 The Usos. And I did not mean to back out to all the way to the main menu, and I definitely do not want to create a new universe. That would be tragic. Alright, let's move on to 205 Live, where we see the new Cruiserweight Champion in action for the first time since becoming Cruiserweight Champion. Yes, we will. We see him pictured there. And he will be taking on the real-life Cruiserweight Champion. So it's the real-life Cruiserweight Champion taking on WITM's Cruiserweight Champion as Andrew takes on Neville in a non-title main event. So that is going to do it for episode number 262 of WITM. Until 263, this is Corey, signing off.